In this training, I want to go over the Bitcoin package calculator, how it's working, what all these columns mean, and basically just give you an overview of how you can plug numbers in and see where you'll be in X amount of time. So let's just start with some of the basics. Up here is the Bitcoin packages that you'll start with. This can shift from any number that you want, 5, 10, 50, or all the way to hundreds, whatever starting money you want to put in here. And then this is the average return per working day, so you can shift this as well. You could go to 0.7 if you wanted to, but for this, we'll just stay at 1%. And then this is the rebuy percentage. So if right now it's at no rebuy, which means that we're not going to compound any of our return on capital, we're just going to let things run. And then you can shift this all the way up to 100%. So that means that 100% of the returns that you're putting back into the platform, rebuying packages, and allowing that money to work for you as well through compound interest. So let's just say we started with 100 packages. So what that really means is the calculator is taking the price of 100 packages right now, which is here, which is 0.750 worth, which would equal 100 packages, 0.75 Bitcoin, equaling 100 packages that will work for us over time. So working days basically just means the amount of days the packs are going to be working for us. And then the return on capital basically means the amount of money that we're going to get every working day from the initial money that we put in. And if we compound, we can see that grow and grow, because the money that's working for us inside the platform is growing because we're compounding our returns. Active packages means the amount of packages that are running for us at that particular time, that are reaching that 140% maturation rate over time. And then rebuying, how many packs can we rebuy on certain days with our returns, and this will differ depending how much money we have going in. For example, if I put 10 packages in here, which is obviously less capital in at the start, I don't get my first rebuy till the 10th day because of the 1% on average return every day. And then let's go back to just 100. And then the wallet total, this is really important because the wallet total goes up and down when we're rebuying packs, because as soon as we have enough money in our wallet to rebuy packages, the system does that for us and compounds our returns. So, for example, you can see here it going up and down as we buy more packages. If I were to set this to no rebuy, then you can see that the total just grows and grows because the available balance is growing because I'm not compounding any of my returns. So that just means that I could do whatever I want with this available balance. I could let it build up and then just withdraw it, or I could compound it at the end. This really just means that when you say it's rebuy, that the packs are just working for you to that 140%, which basically ties to the package value, because the package value doesn't increase because you've set it at those 100 packs and you're not rebuying any more packages. So at that particular time, 100 packs is just over 0.75 Bitcoin. And then completed packages basically means that once any of those packs that you've bought in that period of time, once it reaches 140% maturity, then they just drop off and they've reached their end of the bargain. So if we set this to no rebuy, and just for a quick example, we just go down to the 140th day because we're averaging 1%. You'll see here that we have 100 packs working for us, and then you see our available balance on day 140, which the package value at the start was 0.75 Bitcoin, but because we've gained that 140%, that money from our initial capital that we put in, plus the 140%, we now have gained money on our money as it's been working for us, and then those packages would drop off because they've reached their maturity, and they'll drop off after the 140th day. So you see that no more packages have been bought because we decided not to rebuy. So now if you put this at 100%, the calculator is trying to tell you over X amount of working days, you can rebuy X amount of packages, depending on the starting packages, and then have your money grow inside the platform. So you can see here that we're rebuying packages every day, and then on certain days at certain points it's growing, and now we can buy 2, and then 1 and 1 and then 2, and then you see the package value growing because the amount of packages that we have is growing, and then your return on capital is getting larger and larger because of the amount of money in the platform that's working for you. So you can see the difference, you know, in the way the money grows if you just leave it or if you compound it, because just over 0.75 Bitcoin here when we start, and then if we go to day 140, for example, now we have at this particular time, at this particular package value of 401 packs, we have, you know, 3 Bitcoin in there. So it's important to see the available balance, because some people have been getting confused with this. So then they would say, okay, if I get to day 140 and I've compounded up to this, does this mean that I can take 3 Bitcoin out? Well, no, it doesn't, because you've compounded your interest. So you've gone from 100 packs to 400 packs. And then that money is now working for you in there. So let's say on day 140, you wanted to stop compounding and you wanted to say, take your seed money out. Well, you would have to allow your available balance here to build up from that return on capital, and then withdraw it to an external wallet if you wanted to, because you would see here that day 140, those 141, day 141, sorry, that the 100 packages drop off from the initial packs that you put in, which is obviously probably one of the biggest drop-offs you'll see if you don't put any other money into the platform from the outside world, because now the packages start to periodically drop off from when you bought them to now they've reached their 140% maturity rate. So we can do this for any day. We could go down to day 280, which is around a year, and we could see that 100 packages has now turned into 671 working packages, and you now have around 5 Bitcoin working in there for you. So let's say you wanted to compound for a year, and now you have 5 Bitcoin working for you inside the platform. And then you say, okay, now I don't want to compound, and I want to take some out. Then you would stop the rebuy process and then allow your available balance here that's been up and down because you've been rebuying packages to basically build up over time, so then you could withdraw it. So the power of compounding is obviously is obviously huge, because if you saw in the last example, we went from 0.75 Bitcoin to day 140 to just over 1 Bitcoin in our available balance that we could have withdrawn if we wanted to. But with the compounding effect, we now have 3 Bitcoin working for us. So all those packages that you've bought over time are now also trying to reach that 140% maturity to pay you out. So I just wanted to create this training to help demonstrate what's going on here and some of the thinking behind the calculator, and understanding the compounding effect and the way that we can pour money back into the platform from our returns to then just keep growing and growing and growing for us over time, to really build the amount of money that we have working for us when we're not really doing anything. We're just letting USI-TECH do the heavy lifting with their mining and trading strategies. So I hope this makes sense in terms of rebuying, not rebuying, when we can withdraw the money, and how the money builds up for us, as compound interest is a really, really powerful tool over time that just seems to build and build and snowball. So thank you for watching this training. Have a play around with it in terms of packages, the rebuy percentage, the daily returns, and how it all differs. And the wallet total. Just make sure you understand what that means in terms of, compounding and not compounding, and when you can draw money out, after you decide not to compound, and then allow a time for that return on capital to build up and withdraw however much you want.